Hey Eberyoon, take a look at this. It looks so simple, doesn't it? Just a sweater, but the real difference between something that's just nice and true luxury can come down to a few tiny microns. It's the kind of quality you feel before you even see it. Welcome to the Luxury Chronicles, from royal dyes and couture ateliers to hyper suites and quiet luxury wardrobes. We unpack the origins and craft behind modern elegance. If you love design, materials, and the stories that make quality feel inevitable, you're in the right place. But the difference between a sweater that's just nice and one that feels truly luxurious can be a matter of a few tiny microns. It's a difference you can feel, even with your eyes closed. So, in this video, we're going to dive deep into the world of cashmere. We'll explore what it really is, how it's made, and the big one, why some sweaters pill like crazy while others stay looking new for years. And most importantly, I'll show you how to buy the right one, no matter what your budget is. Let's start at the beginning. Real cashmere comes from the soft, downy undercoat of specific goats that live in cold, altitude regions like Mongolia and the Himalayas. The colder the environment, the finer and longer those precious fibers grow. For centuries, this soft gold was so rare it was reserved for royalty. Over time, trade routes brought it to European mills, and today, the demand is global. But here's the catch. Not all cashmere is created equal. The quality varies dramatically. So, what makes one cashmere fiber better than another? It all comes down to two things: microns and length. The diameter of each fiber is measured in microns. The lower the number, the softer and more delicate it feels against your skin. For reference, ultrafine cashmere is around 12 to 14 microns. But softness isn't everything. Length is just as crucial. Longer fibers can be twisted into stronger, more resilient yarns. This means they resist pilling and give the fabric that beautiful, elegant drape. Sweaters made from short, stubby fibers might feel incredibly soft when you first touch them in the store, but they're the ones that tend to shed and fuzz up after just a few wears. From there, the raw fleece heads to the mill. It's full, of course, guard hairs that you definitely don't want in your sweater. After a thorough wash, these guard hairs are meticulously removed in a process called What's left is the pure, fine underdown, which is then carded to align the fibers and spun into yarn. In the spinning room, mills make a critical choice about twist and tension. Tighter spinning creates a more durable yarn that reduces pilling, while looser spinning results in that buttery, almost weightless feel. The best mills find a perfect balance, creating a yarn that feels incredibly luxurious, but is also built to last. Next up is knit density, or gauge. This is all about the number of stitches per inch, and it completely changes the character of the sweater. A low gauge knit, with fewer stitches, feels thick and plush, but it can stretch out of shape and show wear much faster. A higher gauge knit, on the other hand, looks sleeker, holds its shape beautifully, and stands up better to friction. Here is a quick test you can do in a store. Hold the fabric up to a light. If you can see big windows between the stitches, expect it to stretch and wear out more quickly. If the fabric looks tight and even, you've likely got a winner. Now for the question I get all the time. Why do sweaters pill? Pilling is simply what happens when broken fiber ends tangle up and roll into tiny balls on the surface of the fabric. This is made worse by short fibers, loose spinning, or just rubbing against a seatbelt or a bag. You can gently remove pills with a special cashmere comb. But the truth is, a better quality sweater will pill far less in the first place because it is made from those longer fibers and a stronger yarn. Let's talk about sourcing. The health of the goats and the land they graze on is paramount. Healthy pastures, sustainable herd sizes, and careful, humane shearing practices aren't just ethical concerns. They directly impact the quality of the fleece. Consistent fiber length, clean yarn, and balanced knitting tell you more about quality than any label ever could. This brings us to the idea of quiet luxury. Real cashmere doesn't need flashy logos. Its quality is communicated through touch and feel. A well-made sweater from a mid-tier brand, one that uses great yarn, the right gauge, and solid construction can easily outperform a big-name designer knit that cuts corners with short fibers and an overly airy fabric. You should always choose what feels and behaves like quality, not what screams it. So, how do you buy smart? Let's break it down. For an essential, entry-level piece, start with a classic crew neck in a neutral color. Check for softness, but also test its resilience. Pinch a bit of the fabric and release it. Does it spring back into shape? Also, avoid any knits that are see-through. If you're ready to invest a bit more, look for a higher gauge or a heavier weight. Don't be afraid to ask about the fiber's micron count or which mill spun the yarn. And for the best of the best, you're looking for ultra-fine yarns, fully fashioned panels that are knit to shape and hand-linked seams. These are the small, artisanal details that add incredible comfort and longevity. Remember, care is half the battle. Always use a gentle wash, preferably in a mesh bag. Lay it flat to dry, and fold it for storage. Never hang Italiano. A light touch with a cashmere comb will keep the surface smooth. In the end, softness is a science. Once you understand microns, fiber length, and knit gauge, you can feel quality long before you see the price tag. In this channel, we're decoding quiet luxury, one story at a time. From royal dyes to a wardrobe you'll actually wear and love. If you learned something new, show some love with a like. And tell me your #1 cashmere rule in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.